Welcome to Math with Mrs. Cox. We're going to go over the Check My Progress that is found on page 831 in your math book. Let's begin. Here you have a vocabulary check. You will need to fill in the space for each of the definitions. The blank is an appropriate unit to measure the distance run over a 1 week period. Well, I know when people run distance, they definitely run close to a mile. The blank is an appropriate unit to measure the weight of a bag of sugar. A weight of the bag of sugar usually comes in about 5-pound bags or 25-pound bags if you're getting the big ones. So pound would be what you would need for 2. Number 3, the blank is an appropriate unit to measure the distance run on a football field. On a football field, there are yards. It's broken up into measurements of a yard. Concept checked. This is where you draw a line segment with the following length. So you grab your ruler, you draw a dot, and then a line that measures 2 3/4, and then another dot. Here, you do the same thing, a line segment, and you start with a bubble or a dot, and then draw a line segment that's 1/2 of an inch, and then end with a bubble or a dot. On number 6, you have 72 inches. You need to convert it into how many feet, which means you take 72 divided by 12. Now on this one, we have miles. If you remember, a mile is 5,280. So take this number, 11,888, and write it up here, and subtract a mile out of it. And then subtract another mile out of it. And then you're going to have a remainder left over that will simplify down to either a 1/2 or a 1/4. You're welcome to use your calculator on number 7. Number 8, 3.75 yard equals how many inches? Well, you know 36 inches equal 1 yard. So right here, we deal with the whole number and do 36 inches times 3. That'll give you how many inches are in 3 yards. Then you have the 0.75, where you kind of have to figure out, well, there is 75 is the same as saying 3/4. And we have a yard is 36. Now, what times 4 equals 36? You're right. So whatever you do the bottom, you have to do the top. So then you have 27. So you're going to have you're going to have 108, because 36 times 3 is 108, plus the 27. So you're going to have 135 inches. Okay, on number 9, we have 17 feet. So we have 17 feet. And I know that there are 3 feet in a yard. So 3 will go into 17 at least 5 times, and it would equal 15, and there'll be 2 left over. So we're going to have 5 yards, and then we're going to have a remainder 2, so there'll be 2 left over, 2 feet. Gonna hit mark up. Okay, right here we have ounces. 124 ounces equal how many pounds? So you're gonna take 124 divided by 16. Now you're going to do a guess and check and try to figure out how many 16s are in 124. I bet you could do 6 or 7 times 16. And see how close you can get to which one is closest without going over. Then you're going to have a remainder, and you're going to have to figure it out in a fraction. Let's begin. So I'm going to do 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 7 is 1 plus 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it can go into 4 times equals 112. There's 12 left over. So we have 4 remainder 12. Now we need to turn that into a fraction. So we have 12 ounces left, and for it to be a full pound, there needs to be 16 total. So 16 is the total. Can you see something that we can simplify? Yes, we can simplify 12 sixteenths. So the answer is going to be 4 3/4, because we can simplify 12 sixteenths. Okay, number 12 was giving people a little bit of grief. You need to realize that 1 ton has 2,000 pounds. So you're going to take 2,000 times 7. That's going to be 0, 0, 0, 114. Then you add the 500. So then you have 0, 0, 5, 1, 4. 14,500 pounds. All right, number 11, I believe you can figure out on your own. You have 8 ton. How many pounds does that equal? And number 13 is a little crazy. So let's deal with the pound, which is 16 ounces. And then half of 16 is 8, so the half would be worth 8 ounces. So we're going to add 8 ounces. 6 plus 8 is 14. Helps if I write it in the right spot. Goodness sakes, Mrs. Cox. Okay, 24 pounds. Okay, then on 14 and 15, you need to convert them both to ounces so that you can compare them equally. Remember, you do 16 ounces in a pound, and there's 4 of them. So that once you find the answer, you'll be able to compare. And on number 15, you're going to do 16 ounces times 5. And once you get that answer, then you can compare with 81. Number 16 gave people a few problems, so let's talk about it. We have 450 pounds, and we need to convert that to ounces. So we take 450 times 16. That'll be your answer. 17 was kind of a brain builder, so I'm going to read it to you. Lynn and Pazzy each think of a number. Lynn's number is 7 more than Pazzy's, so Lynn, her number is 7 more than Paisley's. Paisley's number's over here. The sum of the two numbers, so there's 2 girls, Lynn and Paisley, and you add their numbers together, and the sum of it equals 49. So to figure out, we need to figure out what the number is. We take 49 minus the 7, because Lynn's is 7 more. That's going to equal 42. Then we take 42 and divide it by 2, because there's 2 people, and that equals 21. Helps if I write this neatly, doesn't it? There we go. So Pazzy's is 21, and then Lynn's is going to be 21 plus 7, which is going to be 28. And we know that 28 plus 21 equals the 49, which is the number of the sum. So the question is, what is Pazzy's number? Pazzy's number is 21. 18 is a little bit of a brain builder. Let me help you out with it. So Jana jumped 156 inches. 156 inches at her latest competition. Her personal best is 13 feet 1 inch. We need to know if this new jump beats this record. But we can't compare until we convert this record into inches. Put inches over here. So we do 13 feet times 12 inches. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 1 is 2. Then we do the turtle method and put a 0 there, and then a 3 and a 1. 6, 5, 1. So then we have to add the 1 inch, 157. So we really have 157 inches versus 156. And 157 is greater. So did she beat, this is her personal record, this is her latest one. Did this latest one beat her personal? No, it did not. All right, number 19 is a bit of a brain ache. Follow along and watch how we have to read things carefully. 8-ounce bag of trail mix can be filled from an 8-pound bag. Okay, so we have 16 ounces in a pound, and there's a big bag of trail mix. We need to times that by 8 to find out how many ounces of trail mix we have. 6 times 8 is 48. 8 times 1 is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 128 ounces of trail mix, right? Now we need to divide it into 8-ounce bags. I want you to notice something I didn't realize until a student pointed it out in class today. We have an 8 here, we have an 8 here. We have a 128 here, we have a 128 here. So what do you think that missing number is? You're right, 16. Because 16 times 8 is 128. So there will be 16 bags we can fill. All right, please fill in all of the rest and turn it in.